age of heroes is over.
Fable the Journey is a role-playing game. Full stop. Do I need to say any more? I can go through the list. It's got exploration, it's got leveling up, it's got collectibles, it's got items you find, it's got power-ups, it's got experience. You know, we can go through that list if you like. The unique thing about Fable the Journey is that we have chosen, because we as designers and makers of computer games love Connect, and maybe I'll talk about that a little bit later, to control the entire experience through Connect. And I think this has made people really confused. You know, oh my God, they're using Connect. They can't possibly do a role-playing game. But no, I love what the opportunities that Connect give us.
When heroes are no longer born, they must be made.
Here's the thing I have realized as a designer. I love console gaming. I play a lot of console games. But more and more, I'm feeling controlled. I'm feeling limited. When I buy a new game and I control it, my left hand is strapped to the left-hand side of the controller, my thumb's on the thumbstick, that's it. My right hand is on that trigger, that's it. Every game, exactly the same. And I remember the days, and maybe these days are long gone, but I remember the days we used to use the thumbs to rock on the two buttons. We used to flick the buttons round. We used to flick the thumbsticks. We discovered different ways of using this controller, and all that's gone. Now we're in a box. We are in a box, and we are monkeys singing to a tune. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. I want the feeling of discovery, the feeling that you get when you first picked up controllers, when you first picked up mice, when you thought, what if I did this? When was the last time you said that in a game to yourself? What if I did this? That's what I want, and that's what Connect possibly can give us. Because what we are able to do is celebrate how different you are. You know what? Sometimes I just feel mad, I feel crazy, I come home from work and I want to kill stuff. And when I feel like that, I'm going to want to throw magic, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to be forceful. And other days I feel chilled and relaxed, and I want to cast magic like this. Why should I fit into some rules that some designer somewhere has set for me? And that's me being a bit crazy, maybe.
Time is short. They are coming. You must help me.
To start off with, part of the joy is discovering how to do these things, how to use your body, and how to use your arms, and how to use your voice to interact with this experience. And I hope that controlling a horse and carriage is obvious enough that people will use their hands to snap the reins. And I hate it when games over-preach to me. I hate it when they tell me something so obvious. They take a lot of that fun away from it. But there are other times where you'll have to play around with it to discover it. Now let's talk about walking, because that's a big problem. We have solved walking and navigating on foot in the most comfortable way, but not quite the most obvious way. So the way you walk around is this, is if you walk forward, you can lean left and right to change your directions. You'll be very relaxed. I mean, you don't want to spill your beer after all. If you want to walk faster, you just lean forward. If you want to walk slower, you lean back. That's it. It's not the greatest invention in the world. But when you're presented that to the player, again, I want them to discover it. Maybe they're going to fiddle around with their hands or their arms. Maybe they're going to kick their legs in the air. God knows what they're going to do. But they'll solve that problem in the end. I have confidence in them. Here's the thing about the horse is when we first started designing and developing it, we had this horse who was pulling a caravan, just, like horse and caravan, that was it. And what we realized, really after we saw a stage play called Warhorse, we realized, hang on a second, we're just missing a beat here. Supposing if we just say that the horse that's pulling you along unconditionally loves you. Unconditionally loves you as a player. And supposing if we, within the first 15 minutes of playing of that game, make people totally believe that. Then, when you drive your horse on, when you crash into things, when you scrape the side of his leg against rocks, when you drive him into really thorns and bushes and cause cuts on him, it won't be like a driving game when you just crash into things and then go drive on. I want you to feel that pain. The pain of your mistakes. I want you to feel the consequences of hitting those reins so hard, as most people do when they pick up the reins for the first time. They feel compelled to snap those reins. I want them to feel that leather hitting that flesh. And if you do that, if you have that emotional connection, and if you feel a moment of guilt, then I've got an emotion from you. And that's what this is all about. It's just about getting some emotion from you, about telling a story which means something, about giving a game where you discover things. That's what we're trying to do. One of the first and most golden rules that we said about this experience of Fable the Journey with Connect is you must feel comfortable. You mustn't feel embarrassed. You mustn't feel awkward. And for me, what we found, we did this experiment called Milo some time ago. And what we realized is that 99.9% of people feel utterly embarrassed talking to a television set. They just do. You know, if I said with Milo, you know, talk to him, people would go, okay. It wasn't like talking to a human being. And so when we had the opportunity to think about voice recognition, to think about the ability for you to talk to characters in the world, there's two thoughts that came to me. Firstly, you're going to feel awkward and embarrassed. Secondly, you're not going to be quite sure what to say or how to say it. And thirdly, we have all the problems with true voice recognition. All the problems that the technologies, the wonderful technology like Siri still hasn't solved. And you have to solve it, not 99% of the time, 100% of the time, with 100% of accents, with 100% of human voices, with all their emotion and with all their tiredness and all their excitement. And until you can do that to a level where I don't feel awkward, where I don't feel I have to talk like this to the voice recognition software because I need to enunciate every symbol, I'm not ready to use it. That's the honest answer. You can expect the game as soon as the PR person with the shotgun in the back of my head allows me to tell you when it comes out.
All that matters now is the journey.